The leader of a small country, but a giant on the international stage, a statesman equal to any of his contemporaries, Vaclav Havel's standing and influence stemmed not from his leadership of armies or command of political institutions, but from his commitment to the freedom of the individual and to the power of ideas and human rights. And in the last days of communism, no idea was more powerful to him than an independent Czechoslovakia free from Soviet domination. He led what came to be known as the Velvet Revolution. In November 1989 in Prague's Wenceslas Square, he announced to the world Czechoslovakia would be free. Czechs had bid for freedom before, with their ill-fated Prague Spring of 1968. Moscow sent in the tanks then and crushed that brief experiment in socialism with a human face. The true face of the Iron Curtain laid bare. 20 years later, the Soviet Empire fell apart. Czech freedom would not be denied this time. Russian tanks went home. In 1990, the chain-smoking former playwright and man of letters became Czechoslovakia's first post-communist president. In 1993, he was re-elected as president of the new Czech Republic, having overseen the peaceful separation of the new Slovak nation. He never lost his common touch or forgot where his support came from.
In the last 20 years, I was not only a guy holding a guitar, I was an ordinary citizen, and as such, I always trust you.
The subversive intellectual who'd been jailed repeatedly was now a global figure, and he would remain president until 2003. But for all his presidential achievements, like bringing his nation full circle to join NATO, his place in history is assured. His defining triumph, the emergence of his beloved country into freedom after years of subjugation. His was the voice of an impassioned intellectual, a gentle rebel who refused to be intimidated and inspired his people to claim their freedom in Wenceslas Square. Simon McGregor-Wood, Al Jazeera.